Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Breakdown. Today we're going to be talking about the newly released Aqua Control Plus V2 series pads, or the AC Plus V2 series for short. This series of pads is an updated version of the legendary Aqua Control Plus, the same pad that T1 Buzz used when they won the Valorant Masters Bangkok Championship. That's been updated with a new, grippier base that not only anchors the pad far better than the AC Plus V1's base, it also adds additional softness to the pad, making it slightly more controlled than the AC Plus V1. The pad also comes in two new colors, the Black Bee and Yellow Bee, two special edition Rainbow Six Siege editions, and of course, just like the AC Plus V1, the AC Plus V2 also supports custom printing. So in today's episode of Breakdown, we're going to talk in depth all about the unique features of the AC Plus V2 series pads, and talk in depth about the pad's performance profiles, its updated base performance and added softness, its skate compatibility, and what games the pad is best suited for, and much more. But before we dive in, if you enjoy the video and want to see more videos like this breaking down X-Raypad's other pad lineups, be sure to leave a like on this video and get subscribed to the channel. And if you'd like to learn more about the AC Plus V2 or pick one up for yourself, you can check out the product links that'll be linked down in the video description. In terms of pricing and versions, the AC Plus V2 series pads only come in one type and softness, but as I mentioned earlier, it comes in multiple colorways, including the Yellow Bee and Black Bee editions, as well as two special edition Rainbow Six versions, and of course the custom printed versions. Now all versions are going to be available in four sizes: a large size which measures 360 by 300 millimeters, extra large which measures 450 by 400 millimeters, an extra large square which measures 500 by 500 millimeters, and an extra large pad which measures 900 by 400 millimeters. And for pricing, the standard Yellow Bee and Black Bee and the Rainbow Six editions of the AC Plus V2 will retail anywhere from $19.99 USD to $39.90 USD depending on what size you get, but the custom printed version will be slightly more expensive depending on the size. But as always when it comes to X-Raypad products, if you purchase the pads directly from X-Raypad's website, the pads will be discounted from their respective MSRP prices, whereas on third-party retailers you will be paying the full retail price. For unboxing, all versions of the AC Plus V2 will come rolled in rectangular packaging, the same as the AC V1, and it will also have a protective plastic wrapper around the pad on the inside to protect the pad from damage if the outer packaging gets compromised during shipping. Now, due to the pad's rolled nature, sometimes the AC Plus V2 pads won't sit completely flat out of the box. If this happens to your pad, put something heavy and flat on top of the curled edges, such as a stack of books or a heavy box. I like to use a glass pad box personally, and leave it on the pad for approximately 12 hours, and that should flatten out the pad. If though for whatever reason the pad doesn't sit completely flat, add more weight onto the pad and repeat this process again as needed until the pad sits completely flat. But keep in mind that due to the AC Plus V2's base and surfacing, you cannot reverse roll the pad, as doing so can cause the pad surface to crease and or warp. So make sure not to reverse roll the pad to try and flatten it out, and only use the methodology we just talked about. And if you need to repackage the pad for storage or transport, make sure you roll it with the base facing inward and the surface outward, as again reverse rolling it can damage the pad's surface. Speaking of the surfacing, let's talk about that next. Now the AC Plus V2 is using the same surfacing material and weave as the AC Plus V1, being a tighter linear cross stitch that runs bi-directionally on the pad's X and Y axis, and the surface stitching is made of the same non-coated Amundsen fabric. Now this surfacing maintains the same pixel precise tracking and even XY axis balancing as the AC Plus V1, so not only is the pad's surface very precise, it's also very balanced in its feeling, unlike pads like the Heavy B series pads which had more friction on the X axis than the Y axis, which makes the AC Plus V2 a very universal pad in terms of its aim and game type compatibility. But it's worth noting that the AC Plus V2 also maintains the same roughness to its surface that the AC Plus V1 had, which might irritate some more sensitive skin, but I was able to use the pad for 4 weeks straight without any irritation issues. But while the surfacing is the same between the AC Plus V2 and the AC Plus V1, due to the different base as I mentioned earlier, the AC Plus V2's performance profile is slightly changed, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. In terms of softness types, as I mentioned earlier, all versions of the AC Plus V2, including the Yellow Bee, Black Bee, Rainbow Six editions, and the custom print versions, as of recording this video of course, are only available in a soft base format, and when combined with the pad's 4mm thickness, the AC Plus V2 has a much wider range of control variability compared to the AC Plus V1's firmer base. Now this updated base, as I mentioned earlier, not only improves the pad's anchoring strength, the added softness of this base also adds a more controlled feeling to the AC Plus V2 series pads, as you can press your mouse deeper into the pad to increase its friction coefficients than you could in the AC Plus V1, but we'll talk in depth about this more in a moment. Now in terms of the performance profile here for the AC Plus V2, due to the softer base and higher degree of control variability, while the AC Plus V1 series series pads had more of a balanced performance profile, as I just mentioned. The AC Plus V2 has a more balanced controlled performance profile, making it more controlled than the V1 series, but faster than pads like the Heavy B series with the extra soft and soft bases, as well as the Aqua Control Pro with the extra soft and soft bases, and of course the Aqua Control Zero. But uniquely, unlike the custom print versions of the aforementioned pad types, which traditionally are much faster than the solid color types due to the printing process, all versions of the AC Plus V2 are equal in speed regardless of what type of the pad you get. They'll all have the same performance profile, which is something unique to this pad series. Now, this balanced controlled performance profile gives the AC Plus V2 series pads a very universal compatibility with various aim and game types, as the pad has similar dynamic and tracking performance to the AC Plus V1, just a little more controlled, but the added control from the softer base also makes this version much better suited to static and flicking performance, as there's a higher degree of control variability. As such, the AC Plus V2 series pads is not only great for games that rely on a lot of dynamic and tracking aiming such as Apex Legends, Overwatch 2, Marvel Rivals, Battlefield, and Call of Duty, the pad is also very well suited to games that require a lot of static and flicking aiming such as Valorant, Counter-Strike 2, and Rainbow Six Siege. And keep in mind that you can further optimize the AC Plus V2 for specific game types by pairing it with our Jade or Obsidian series skates, as the Jade skates will add more speed to the movements across the pad, making it even better suited for dynamic and tracking aiming, and the Obsidian skates will add more control to your movements across the pad, making it better suited for more static and flicking aiming. Now, in terms of the base, as I mentioned earlier, the AC Plus V2 series pads are using an upgraded base type, the double rubber base specifically, the same base type we saw used on the Heavy B P-Chen S. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this base type is a softer type, one which gives the AC Plus V2 series pads a good range of control variability, which gives the pad a more controlled feeling than the firmer base that we saw in the AC Plus V1 series. Another benefit to this updated base is that it is a much firmer base, as its rubberized zigzag texturing anchors the pad much stronger than the less rubberized and textured AC Plus V1's base, and while the base still does rely on weight to fully anchor itself, the pad doesn't slip or shift at all during use, which is a great upgrade compared to the AC Plus V1's base, which got a little slippery in some use cases. And in regards to the AC Plus V2's edge stitching, the pad uses the same rounded 4mm tall edge stitching that we saw on the Heavy B series pads, which sits slightly above the surface of the pad. And as we've seen with the other rounded surface stitchings that X-Raypad has used on their other pads, the rounded nature of the AC Plus V2's edge stitching makes it very smooth and low friction, so moving your arm up or down or across the edge stitching doesn't add any significant drag to your movements across the pad. And also on the topic of edge stitching here, if you do choose to get the custom print version of the AC Plus V2, you can customize the color of the pad's edge stitching, and as of recording this video, you can choose between black, white, and clear threading to accent your custom printing. Alright, now in terms of skate compatibility, while the AC Plus V2 series pad's updated base does give the pad its more balanced controlled performance profile due to its higher degree of softness than the AC Plus V1's base, the AC Plus V2 series pads does have slightly less universal skate compatibility. Starting off with what skate types are compatible, large surface area skates such as most mice's stock skates and 9.5mm wide donut skates will be fully usable on the AC Plus V2 series, as their larger surface area prevents the skates from sinking into the pad surface, causing your mouse to bottom out. And for incompatible skates, smaller surface area stock skates and 6.5mm dot skates won't be compatible with the AC Plus V2, as their surface area is too small to counteract the softness of the pad, causing your mouse to bottom out. Now, to be clear, if you have a very light grip, you might be able to get away with dot skates if you use like a fingertip grip, for example, but if you use heavier grip styles such as palm or claw grips, the grip weight will most likely cause the dots to bottom out, but this will vary depending on your use case and your hand weight. And in regards to the effects of moisture, just like the AC Plus V1 series pads, the AC Plus V2 series pads are highly moisture resistant, as the pad's non-coated embossed fabric is very resistant to moisture, and since the pad surfacing has some layering to it, any moisture that does make contact with the pad surface will drain into the pad itself, and it won't affect the surface threading unless the pad is waterlogged, of course. This means that not only will the AC Plus V2 series pad's performance profiles not be affected by higher humidity environments, its surface will also be immune to slow spots developing on the pad surface from sweat from your arms or hands. And in terms of the effects of dust and debris, due to the tightness of the AC Plus V2 series surface stitching, the pad is largely immune to larger debris such as pet fur and crumbs, but smaller particles of debris such as dust and dead skin and oils from your hand can nest inside the deeper levels of the surface stitching over long-term use. But since this debris falls into the pad itself and doesn't sit on this surface level, debris won't significantly impact the pad surface, but lighter colored pads might stain or discolor over use. Now, to avoid the surface from discoloring and tarnishing, we do recommend spot cleaning the pad surface to clear any debris from it and to clean the stitching periodically, and we'll talk about how to clean the pad in a moment. And in terms of skin and arm sleeve compatibility, as I mentioned earlier, the AC Plus V2 surface, just like the AC Plus V1 surface, is a rougher surface, but one that is surprisingly skin friendly despite this. But if you do have sensitive skin, the surface might irritate your skin over long-term use, and if that's your case, we would recommend using an arm sleeve here on the AC Plus V2. Now, all arm sleeve types are compatible with the pad, but sleeves that have a smoother, sleeker finish to them will feel better and smoother, while rougher surface sleeves will feel a little rougher and more controlled. But despite their material and finishing, all types of arm sleeves are fully compatible with the AC Plus V2 series of pads. Alright, and lastly, in terms of care and cleaning instructions for the AC Plus V2 series of pads, as I mentioned earlier, it's very important not to reverse roll the pad surfacing, as doing so can damage it. So if you need to repackage or transport your pad, make sure to roll the pad with the surface facing outward and the base inward. And for cleaning, we recommend gently spot cleaning the pad surface when needed with baby wipes. If you do need to deep clean the pad, you can soak the pad with cold or lukewarm water and gently clean the surface with a shower head set to a higher pressure mode, but be sure not to use any hot water as that can damage the pad. And please note that washing the pad consistently will alter the actual feeling and performance of the pad, so we recommend sticking to spot cleaning the pad with baby wipes as much as possible and only deep cleaning the pad when absolutely necessary. Alright, and with that, that's everything you need to know about the Aqua Control Plus V2 series of pads. If you are a fan of the Aqua Control Plus V1 series but want to upgrade to a new version, one that has an improved base and a slightly more controlled performance profile, but the same surface stitching with the same balanced X and Y axis and universal aim and game type compatibility, just with a little more optimization for static and flicking aiming, the AC Plus V2 is the perfect upgrade. Just keep in mind that this pad is only compatible with full-size PTFE skates and donut skates, as smaller surface area skates and dot skates aren't recommended for use as they will bottom out. And of course, if you don't like the Rainbow Six Siege editions or the Yellow Bee or Black Bee colorways, just like the AC Plus V1 series pads, the AC Plus V2 does support custom printing, so you can customize the pad to your liking with your own art and make your own one-of-one pad. But if you'd like to learn more about the AC Plus V2 series of pads or pick one up for yourself, all the store pages for the AC Plus V2 series pads will be linked down in the video description for you. And if you have any specific questions about the pads we didn't cover in this video, leave your question down below in the comments and we'll do our best to answer any questions you may have. But that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching and thank you for choosing X-Raypad. Cheers.